Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. I went to 2 actual art stores in Portland last weekend when I was down visiting my daughter who's in college, and I bought some stuff and I thought it'd be fun just to share, and you could let me know what you'd like to see sooner rather than later as far as a demo or in some artwork or whatnot. Now, this isn't going to be the most impressive, amazing haul in the world, but I'm pretty excited about this because when you are going into an art shop, you can pick and choose and get like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And because the prices tend to be higher than on, say, Blick or Amazon, you really are intentional about what you buy. And so yeah, let's see. So in this box here, I got some pastels, and I have been pining, oops, I think there's a tape on the box. I have been pining for some Kendos Neo Pastels, oil pastels, for quite some time. But the sets are expensive, and I'm not sure if they're really going to be all that, if they're going to be that much different than pastels I already have. And also I've wanted to try the Craftsman Specialist pastels. So these are the Kendos Neo Pastels. Actually, I think I could swatch them right inside this box. Oh, they do feel nice and creamy. There's really not much of a smell to them. I didn't get too many colors. In fact, let me grab a little tray so we can look at them. Look at the colors that I got. So I've got black. I've got this tealy color. I've got an ultramarine blue. I wanted these because they're supposed to be a little bit harder than a lot of the other ones that I use. And I'm curious to compare, ooh, that's nice and opaque for a white. I'm kind of curious to compare them to the Pentel pastels, the really cheap ones, because those are the hardest pastels I use currently. And I'm just curious. I mean, do these have the pigment? I don't see pigment information on here. Maybe it is online or something. Maybe I just have it. I don't see pigment information. You have to let me know if there's pigment information if you guys know. But I basically got some bright colors because I figured with the harder pastels rather, I would tend to use, that's really pretty. I would tend to use them for edges. I got a warm and a cool yellow. And I think that's all I got for the Kendos one. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. And they were, and this is kind of silly because they were like $2.60 a piece or somewhere around there. And, you know, I probably could have bought a set of, you know, 12 for that price online, or I might have been able to get, I saw that Amazon had a set of 48 for like under $50. No, a set of 24 for under $50. So that would have been 2 a piece, but I don't know, it's also nice to support a small independent store. Then I got one Van Gogh pastel because I've heard about them, I've been asked about them, but I wasn't ready to kind of bite the bullet. Now there is light fast information on it. Well, there's stars. I'm not sure what the stars go to, because there was also like this bright pink that had 3 stars, and this Van Dyke Brown has 3 stars, and I wouldn't think they'd be the same light fastness. And Van Gogh is a student line of Royal Talons, so they were $2.25 a piece, and it's like, I think I'd rather just spend a little bit more and get Kendos, but I'm curious. I got one color. I mean, I know it's kind of a cop-out, but whatever. And I also got these Craftsman Specialist. I was really curious about these because they're square, and I thought they'd be really nice for edges. I usually use my Prismacolor pencils to get the edges, so I'm just curious about how firm these are compared to the Q-Lock square pastels that I really enjoy, but they are really soft. So I'm hoping these will keep an edge a little bit better. They didn't have a lot of colors, and they were only 99 cents. So about the same price as you would pay in a big box of them. Oh, you know, I think I might be glad that I didn't get many of these. These definitely do not feel as nice as a Kendos, and they feel kind of, oh, that color's really nice. What's this one? Ultramarine violet. Oh, but you know what? These actually have the pigment numbers on them, PV23, PB29. So that's nice. And these were 99 cents each, but I think they were probably discontinuing them. I don't know. It definitely seems like the different colors feel differently. Green is one of those colors that often feels bad in a colored pencil. Let's see how this one does. This non-scientific testing, that one actually feels pretty good. But yeah, I wanted them for edges mainly. Ooh, that's a nice color. And I have so many that it's like I don't need to be buying big sets. Cool. And so those were what I got for pastels. I would have bought more of these. I probably would have chose different colors if they had more, but I just grabbed a few of the colors they had. They had a few other colors, but you know, I didn't want to get stuff that I know I have a lot of in other brands. So that was that. I also picked up a ruling pen, and this is by Pacific Art. This was $4.14, and this can be used with like watercolors, acrylic paint, masking fluid, and you can change the, from what I understand, you can change, I've never used one before. From what I understand, you can change the width of your line by adjusting the screw maybe. But I'm going to have fun playing with this because it's something completely new to me. And if I can use it with masking fluid, that might be really nice because I usually don't use masking fluid that much because I am terribly, I just think it looks so awkward and just kind of garish when I use it. So this might be a way that I can get a better effect. I don't know. I don't know anything about these really other than I was, you know, I wanted to try something new when I was in an art store. So yeah, I'm going to have fun experimenting with that. This is a magnesium pencil sharpener, and actually my husband got this, but he was kind of tired of being in the art supply store, so he just gave it to me to cash out with. And it's by Coom, and it's magnesium, and the reason why he wanted this is because you can scrape off magnesium if you're out camping and you need to start a fire and you've got like or make a spark, or the filings or something from this is like really good for starting fires when you're camping. So that's why that exists in my bag. And then I got this little guy, first of all, for a couple of reasons actually. For one, I thought it might be kind of fun to use plein air painting and have like a clean water and a dirty water, clip it to the edge of my drawing board or whatever. But also I really like using these when I oil paint. I do have a couple that are really grunged up, and I'm like, well, if I don't like it for the watercolor, then I'll use it for my oil painting because I know it will work great for that, but I thought I'd have a nice clean one for watercolor, and this was like $4. So I opened it up because I was using it already. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. And the next art store, so that was from the Art Mart downtown Portland, and that's the first time I've ever been to the Art Mart. And I know I didn't buy that much, but I spent, oh friends, how much money was this? I don't know. I think it was like, I think I spent like $60. Would that be right? It was, you know, it was a lot for a small amount of things, but it was really fun just to look and touch everything and see everything and handle stuff. And yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it because, you know, just being in a shop like that, I don't get that opportunity very often. Belfast is our closest art supply store, and it's not that big, and it's like half fabric and half art supplies, and it's very small. And the price, you know, they don't have that much open stock stuff there. They have some, but yeah, I was really excited about the pastels, so I wanted to try those. And the next place I went to was a bigger store, but I actually like the Art Mart better. The only downside to the Art Mart is it's right in the Old Port and there's not much parking. But the next place I went was Artists and Craftsman Supply, and that's on Deering Street or Deering Avenue in Portland, and it's maybe they call that South Portland, I'm not sure. Anyway, there's parking, so right there that is a big plus for me because I'm a very anxious city parker. I want to be able to park in a parking lot and know I'm not going to get towed or ticketed. So that place was nice. I've been in there before. The only other time I went in there, I was kind of feeling rushed. I wasn't being rushed, but when I know people are waiting for me, like in a car, I don't want to like take my time. But I decided to splurge and get this sketchbook. This is the Nova Series Stillman & Byrne Mixed Media Sketchbook. That feels thinner than I thought it would be, sadly. But it was closed, so I couldn't touch the pages and feel them, unfortunately, because I probably, you know what, I don't know if I would have bought it. But this is the sketchbook that Sarah Burns uses. She doesn't use the spiral bound one, but I prefer a spiral bound if I have my druthers over a stitch bound. But I have used a couple other Stillman & Byrne books that I've completely finished, used all the way up. So I think if I use something all the way up, then, you know, that's a good investment for me. So yes, this sketchbook floozy, bought another sketchbook, and I got this primarily for gouache and plein air painting because I really just love the look of gouache on toned tan paper. And I was going to make a sketchbook with Strathmore Tone Tan Mixed Media paper. But then this is 50 sheets for, it was 20, I think I paid $26 with tax, including tax. It's 6 inches by 8 inches. So yeah, I probably could have made it cheaper, but yeah, this is 150 GSM. I wonder how thick it is compared to the Strathmore Tone Tan. Let's compare it to the Strathmore Tone Tan. It's so the Strathmore Tone Tan sketch paper is thinner, and the Strathmore Tone Tan sketch paper has like a heathering to it, and this does not really have that heathering. This is a very smooth, but they're both very pretty shades of tan. Let's look at it compared to the Tone Tan Mixed Media paper. I use this stuff a lot. I really like that. The mixed media paper, I would say they're all a little bit different. The mixed media paper has some heathering, not as much as the sketch paper. The mixed media paper is way thicker than the Stillman and Burn. This is a little bit thicker than the Strathmore sketch paper, but you know, if I had been able to feel this, I don't think I would have bought that. But I'm going to paint on it. I'm going to see how it does. I do like the sketch pad. I have a bigger one that's almost used up. I do like the sketch paper, but yeah, I hope, well, Sarah uses it and she says it paints great, so I am going to use it and see what I think firsthand. But I guess if I had known how thin that was by touching it, I would have, because what is this? This is 300 GSM. This is twice as thick. And this is 118 GSM, so it is thinner. That's 150 GSM, so we'll see. We'll see. This mixed media is designed to take other mediums, so I think it'll do well. I think it'll do well because, you know, I trust Sarah's advice. So I did splash out for that. Dry media, light wash, inks, technique sketches. We'll see. We'll see. Archival quality, acid free. So I guess it's probably not cotton. But we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try and we'll see what we think. Oh, I'm feeling a little crestfallen on that one. But hey, you know, I supported a small local business, so I feel good about that. And at least you'll know. You'll know whether you want to, after I use it, right? I'll use it and then you'll be able to tell. I did get a couple other things because I want to compare. These are kind of work things. I mean, this is kind of a good situation to be in where my work is also what I do for fun anyway, which would be painting and drawing and whatnot. I had seen these show up on Amazon in the past, and I really enjoy core watercolors. They're in my travel, I've got a couple travel palettes ready to go to France with me. I like the core paints for my travel palettes because sometimes I will leave my palette in my car for quite a long time on its edge. You know, I don't think about it when I just chuck it in my trunk, and it's very humid in Maine in the summer. And I can't have my M-gram in my watercolor palette because it will just travel. It'll ooze. Even in the winter, it will still, if I have it like on its side, the palette on its side, it will ooze out, and the core paint doesn't do that. And so when I saw these little tins, I was really intrigued. They had a set of 12 that I wanted for the longest time, but it seemed kind of expensive for what you were getting when you could get a set of 12 of the core tubes and a bigger tin for, you know, for $40 or $50, spending $60 to $70 for a tin of 12 half pans, which would be a little less paint than in a 5 ml tube, just seemed kind of silly. So I was curious how their extruded pans would do compared to their tube paints. So I bought these because they were, I have some of the colors in the tube paints. I'm going to compare them, how the dried down tube paints are compared to the extruded half pan paints of the same color. So that's one thing I want to do. Also, I like palettes that other people put together. I think it's fun just to grab a palette and go paint and see what you get and see what you paint. And that's what I plan to do here. But I love these little tins. I think they're really cute. And you also get 6 half pans for putting whatever you want in it. And it's got this silicone insert, and I'm not sure if it comes out or not, but yeah, for the price, I had seen them at this price before on Amazon. They're sold by a store, NC something, and I was a little nervous because ordering them because they weren't shipped from Amazon, but I figured, well, if something happens and they don't arrive, then Amazon will refund me, so I didn't worry about it. But these arrived way faster than their estimated shipping time. They were supposed to come on the 15th, and I got them on like the 8th or 9th, so I was very pleased with that. So I do recommend the seller, and if there's any still available, I will link them up, but I don't know why they were so cheap. I paid, like, with tax, we have 5.5% tax here in Maine. With tax, I think it was about $63 I paid for all three. And yeah, they're absolutely as advertised. I'm surprised at the texture on these pans. I'll be really curious to see if the formulation is much different from the tube paints. This is the granulator set. I think I have probably 4 of the colors in here in tube watercolors. And yeah, I'm curious to do the comparison and also to do some paintings with these. I'll probably end up taking these colors and putting them in one of the other palettes because I can't imagine just using those granulators on a painting. That's not going to be very useful. It'll be much more useful to combine it. And these little tins are adorable. I am kind of a sucker for a little tin. And I mean, after, you know, spending $50 on the set of 12 Schminke Academy paints just for the tin, I mean, I'm glad I've got a cute tin and I've got actually really nice paint. So, yep, I fell off the wagon with this one, but it was something that I've been meaning to try, and I'm going to do a video on it. But that one's got a little bit of a weird shape to it. It might have just... I'm wondering that maybe because these were around 20... They were all around between 20 or 18 and $22. I'm wondering if maybe there was like some heat. Some of them got hot and like the textures got a little weird and they decided to clearance them. I'm not sure because, I mean, that doesn't bother me. The boxes are in perfect condition. On Blick, these are selling for $35 each, and the regular price is like $45 or $50 each. So, I mean, this is like a wholesale price. So I don't know how they have them for that price, but they arrived. I was a little skeptical at first when I ordered them, but they arrived, and I'm looking forward to trying them. And that was quite a, I think that was quite a steal. And they've shown up before from that seller at that price, so maybe they've got some deal with Golden. Generally, Golden is pretty fierce about their prices being discounted. Like there's like they have like a set minimum, I think, and only like once or twice a year you'll see the prices go below that when they have like their authorized sales. So I don't know if there's some arbitrage or what's going on. Oh, one other thing. This was free at the Art Mart, the first store I went to. It's a reference guide to every dye, paint, and kit and color from Jacquard. And I thought this was kind of fun because I do like Jacquard products. I love their Pinata inks. I like their, I think it's called Lumiere fabric paints, and I like their Pearl X powders. And oh yes, I think it was theirs. I used somebody's brand Cyanotype dye, and that was really fun. So I thought this was just a neat little reference, and it was free, and I'm like, oh, why not? I'm buying some stuff. So yeah, they got to, I love that. I love it when companies come out with this sort of thing, because then you can see like, okay, what is the difference between those two products? Why do they make those two products? And sometimes that confuses me. I'll see like when Derwent came out with ChromaFlow pencils, it's like, why are you coming out with ChromaFlow? Why would anyone buy these over ColorSoft? Why, you know, sometimes I don't understand why. Like you have the Derwent artist pencils. Why do you have Pro Color too? They're both hard pencils. What's the, you know, and sometimes the information is out there easy to find, and other times you kind of have to hunt for it. But yeah, oh, look at that. That looks so cool. So yeah, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of eye candy, some fun things to play with, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about these 11 pastels. You have no idea. Oh, and one other thing, because I've been having some fun making some mixed media, or not mixed media actually, just abstract acrylic paintings. I haven't shown them on the channel, but I've been having some fun doing that, and also jelly printing, which I want to do more of the jelly printing because it's been a while since I've done anything like that on the channel. But I've wanted these for a while. Every once in a while I'd see them in a store and I'm like, oh, I think that would be so great to have, but oh, for whatever reason I feel like, oh, I don't want to spend the money. But this was a set, I believe I paid around $20 for this, but it's 5 silicone brushes, and I like this for jelly printing, and I have some old spatulas that I saved for doing jelly printing, but you know, they don't have that nice tapered blade on the end. And maybe even some larger oil pastel backgrounds I could use these on. Because I love to use, I'll show you, I use them all the time. Every time I do oil pastel, I use these guys right here. They're just a variety of different rubber and silicone tipped shapers that I picked up over the years, and they're wonderful. Some of them are nail tools, some of them are just like kids color shapers, some of them are like tiny little ones I got in the stamping aisle. They're just fantastic for oil pastels, and so easy to clean. So I grabbed this set of 5. I was just going to get a set of 2, and I'm like, you know what? Buy them once. You're going to buy 2, and you're going to love them, and then you're going to wish you bought the bigger set, then you're going to go buy the bigger set, then you're going to have bought it twice. You can just buy it right to begin with. So I thought these would be really, really great for my larger acrylic pieces I've been doing that I haven't been sharing online because it's not kind of my... It's not really in my lane as far as this channel, but it's been something I've been having fun with. And oh, these feel good in your hand too. They've got a nice matte coating to them, and I think they're gonna hold up well. Just because, I mean, with this you generally just wipe them off. You don't even have to really get them wet to wash them. So I'm sure those handles will be fine. They feel really nice. They have a bit of a, they do have a bit of a smell to them. They smell like spray paint. It's probably whatever they painted the handle with, but yeah. So there's that. I hope that you enjoyed this little mini haul. A mini haul, my gosh, it's plenty. What am I talking about? Mini haul. Look at this. I paid $26 for a sketchbook. That is maxi enough. If that's not maxi, it should be. It really should be. What sort of society do we live in? What sort of society do we live in that my most popular video this week is going to be this haul video? And I'm not judging you for watching it. In fact, I know what it is because, like, I will see channels and I'm like, oh my god, all they do is post haul videos, and then I'll go click on their channel to see if they actually use any of the stuff that's in their haul videos, and I'm like, oh, they have tutorials, but the tutorials have no views because YouTube doesn't push them. Because I know if I had seen the tutorial, I would have picked up the tutorial. I would have clicked on it and watched it, you know? So it's like, I know, I get it. I get it. So thank you for watching this haul video. If you've never seen anything on my channel before, I actually have tutorials. Please feel free to watch them and paint along and have fun. And, you know, that's what we're all here for. I hope you do. I hope you do. If you buy any of these things, we'll make sure you come back and hold me accountable for buying them and paint along with me. Because, you know, that's what it's all about. It's all about being creative and occasionally buying some cool stuff, I guess. Oh, my word. And trying not to regret sketchbooks. I have a challenge called the Sketchbook Floozy Challenge. If you have a lot of sketchbooks like me in progress and you want to use them up, I post on Instagram. Sometimes I post them here on the YouTube community page, but not all the time. I forget. But I do post like reference photos that you can go by, and then you can tag me Sketchbook Floozy, and then like you can see what other people are doing in the challenge. But I post a reference photo, I post my artwork, and then, you know, encourage you guys to paint it as well. And let's use up the sketchbooks, because the more pages you paint, the more art you make, the better you get, right? I mean, you gotta put the time in if you want to get good, and you bought and paid for those sketchbooks. Use them up before the paper goes bad, especially if it's like watercolor paper. That can go bad, so use it up. And that's the end of my public service announcement. My public service announcement. Oh my word, this is not a public service. What is this? This is what's wrong with the world. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm just gonna go eat worms. No, I'm not. I'm a vegetarian. I'm gonna go pound sand. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I feel so much shame for this haul. I really don't. I have no regrets. I'm gonna use this stuff, and I'm gonna use it in good faith, and I'm gonna have fun. And yeah, no regrets. But I'm gonna use it. Let me know what you want to see me use first, and I will try to accommodate the majority. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.